Going on, guys, and today we're back with my third NBA rookie rankings so far this NBA season. And let's get right into it. I want to hear your thoughts down below. Do you guys agree with my list? We're gonna run through 1 through 10 right now, and then we'll talk about them individually. Right now, my front runner is Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers, with Scotty Barnes of the Toronto Raptors right behind him. Then Cade Cunningham of the Detroit Pistons right there in third place. In fourth place, I have Franz Wagner of the Orlando Magic. Fifth place, I have Josh Giddey of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Sixth place, I have Chris Duarte of the Indiana Pacers. In seventh place, I have Davion Mitchell of the Sacramento Kings. Eighth place, I have Alperen Sengun as the eighth guy. Then ninth, I have Ayo Dosunmu of the Los Angeles Clippers. In ninth, and tied for 10th place, I have Herbert Jones of the of the New Orleans Pelicans. My apology, does not play for the Pacers. Played at Alabama for 4 years. Got drafted in the second round by the New Orleans Pelicans. Almost said Indiana again. And he's been phenomenal, okay? Herbert Jones, a.k.a. Herb Jones for short. And then tied with him in 10th is Jeremiah Robinson Earl for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Oklahoma has 2 guys on this list. Yes, Jalen Green, in my opinion, has not been a top 10 guy, okay? And I think, if anything, he's tied for 11th. So let's get into it and let's talk about each guy. Okay, first off, Evan Mobley has been a monster. Evan Mobley, for the season, he's averaging like 14 points, 9 rebounds a game, 3 assists, basically a block and a steal game. He's hitting 3-pointers. Like, this guy is amazing. The Cavaliers are 13-8 with Mobley and they're 8-2 when Mobley at least has 2 shots blocked, okay? Grabs 9 or more rebounds. And they're 7-3 when Mobley scores at least 15 points, okay? So right now, this guy is in the same company as Bill Walton, Michael Thompson, who's Klay Thompson's not older brother, but old dad, Michael Jordan, and Chris Webber. So Evan Mobley is on a historical Hall of Fame start to his NBA career. Enough said. That's all. He's the best power forward to enter the NBA since Anthony Davis. Tell me I'm wrong. Scotty Barnes ain't far behind him. Scotty Barnes has helped. I mean, obviously this team was already a playoff roster, but Scotty Barnes has really made this team a threat. Okay? And Barnes, for the season, he's averaging 15 points a night, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, okay? And the thing is he still tops like the rooks in minutes. He's playing like 36 minutes a night, okay? And his offensive rebounding percentage is just as good as Alperen Sengun. And this guy, it's got some incredible athleticism. He can go inside, he can hit 3-pointers, he sets up his teammates, and he's slowly getting better and better at passing in the NBA and becoming a better facilitator. In third place, Cade Cunningham. Come on, guys. This guy's been averaging, literally, in the past few weeks, he's been averaging, I think it's like 20-something points a game, like 7 rebounds a game, 5 assists a game, okay? This cat, in like the past 4 games, has been shooting 8 field goal 3-pointers a game, okay? While, making 53%, I think it is, okay? This guy has been insane. He's literally everything. He can do everything. He can put the ball in his hands, play make for others, or just create shots for himself. Cade Cunningham is amazing. I was so thankful I got to see him play live when he was at Oklahoma State, when he came to KU and played in Allen Fieldhouse. Franz Wagner, he's averaging for the year like 14 points, 5 rebounds a game, 3 assists, and over the last few games, he's been averaging like 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists a game. This is a cat who's showing his 3-and-D ability. He literally looks like the point forward that Hedo Turkoglu was. I kept talking that Denny Avdia was a combination of Hedo Turkoglu and Lamar Odom, but literally Franz Wagner is a more athletic Hedo Turkoglu who's a better defender. Hedo Turkoglu was never a good defender, really, and by any means. He was adequate at his best. But Franz Wagner, with his athleticism and length, he can run the floor similar to how Hedo, pass the ball, be a secondary playmaker, rebound, and stretch the floor. But on defense, he can switch literally 1 through 4. He can guard any wing, and he even can guard some guards, okay? He has the decisions on the fly as a wing that you're looking at him, you're like, this is like a guard. He can run the pick and roll. And he rebounds so well that he can start the offense through transition. Now, in 5th place, I have Josh Giddey. The guy's averaging like 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists a game. And look, I think something about him is he's kind of like, he's in the similar vein of Cade Cunningham, that he can do it all, but he isn't as good as Cade Cunningham. He's like a tier below Cade Cunningham. And saying that Josh Giddey can do everything, and he's the perfect guy next to Shea, in my opinion. Look, Chris Duarte is awesome. But I think this is Chris Duarte. He's a guy super confident in shot. He'll give you 13 to 7. I think his peak is like a 17, 19 points per game scorer that can play defense. He's very efficient at everything he does. But he's not a superstar. He's not an all-star. This is what he is, and I love it. He's great. He's going to make a lot of money in the NBA. But he's just a very efficient player. Davion Mitchell, this guy getting better and better. I mean, he's averaging like 10 points a game, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, but he's getting his shots up. And the past few games, they're 2-1, the Kings. And Davion Mitchell is a big part of that team. Like, Davion Mitchell is supposedly... Davion Mitchell and Tyrese Haliburton give the Kings confidence to be willing to move on from our man, De'Aaron Fox, allegedly. Now, Alperen Sengun, the best rebounder, literally outworking Usman Garuba, who was the other Euro big man that they drafted. And this guy is looking like he's going to be the next coming of, I want to say, so there's these guys like Josip Nurkic, and you could argue Dwight Howard at the end of his career, and Andre Drummond, where, like, I think, first off, Alperen Sengun, out of, those 3 guys I just mentioned, I think he's way more gifted at low post offense, way more. He's a way better scorer than those guys. He has a lot more game, like, moves in his repertoire to be successful, and he has the ability to stretch it out. But those guys are rebounding and put back phenoms. They're guys who, at the very least, like, if they're like Josip Nurkic, these guys are going to average 12-12 all the time. Jokic Poeltl, same vein, 12-12, okay? And I think that's like Alperen Sengun at the end of the day is going to be a guy who's going to be a double-double machine who gives you like a block a game. High energy, very good player. Love him. Ayo Dosunmu. Dude, this guy is playing amazing, and it's because, look, he was one of the most pro-ready NBA players. I said that's why he should be a first-round pick, and he was an elite defender in college. He's arguably one of, if not the best college player last year, and he can create for himself. He was pro-ready, and it's showing. He's a guy who can come in, give you a few assists, play some defense, gonna go all out all the time. Herb Jones is probably one of the best defenders. He can guard 1 through 5. Like, he's the next coming of like Robert Covington, Torrey Craig, those type of guys who can kind of stretch the floor a little bit, give you a few rebounds, pass the ball, block some shots, get some steals. And Jeremiah Robinson-Earl is the future center of the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's that small ball, Isaiah Stewart-esque guy who's like, he's just going to play with a lot of energy. He's already body-wise NBA ready, and he just plays a physical brand of basketball that I think a lot of people aren't used to playing anymore, because the NBA, not the NBA, just NBA players kind of, we could argue, have gone somewhat soft, and it's due to the rules, and I think that's something they're trying to change. So I think it's something everyone should be excited for, because this is going to be fun, guys. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you guys agree with me? Like, what do you guys think of these NBA rookies? We'll run the list back one more time. At first place, I have Evan Mobley, who's going to win the Rookie of the Year. Scotty Barnes, not far behind him, could steal it from him. Cade Cunningham, picking up steam, looking like an incredible future All-Star, All-NBA player. The first 3 guys on this list are all future All-NBA. Franz Wagner in 4th, looking amazing. Josh Giddey as well. Then in 6th place, Chris Duarte. 7th place, we got Davion Mitchell. In 8th place, we got Alperen Sengun. 9th place, Ayo Dosunmu. Tied for 10th, Herb Jones and Jeremiah Robinson-Earl. And you could argue 11th place is Jalen Green. Let me hear those thoughts down below, guys. That's it for me. Peace out.